She'd been to 48 doctors, 48, 7 skin specialists. You know what she suffered from? The most severe case of psoriasis I've ever seen. She was bleeding from here to here. My wife had to vacuum the floor afterwards. I said she came to clean. Right? We've got a picture of the lady afterwards. Now, get this now, she paid £58,000 in medical fees. One medical doctor. So my background is amazingly unique because I went to Australia. I was born in Mauritius from the Scottish and French grandparents. So I speak French fluently, and I ended up with the Australian Army in Vietnam, and I spoke French. I was the only guy in the battalion, 800 men, that spoke French. So they gave me some pretty dangerous jobs. So I ended up fighting with the 5th Battalion, Royal Australian Regiment, the Green Berets, the 101st Airborne, and the US Marines. So I was 19 and a half when that happened, and I can tell you my instinct from Vietnam is amazing because I missed a booby trap, a bicycle, full of C4 explosive. I missed that by 5 minutes. It killed 12 people, but it missed me. Because my instinct was so, I was 19 and a half, I was up there instinct. And I will tell you something that a sergeant told me, Sergeant Kirby, he was a North Korean veteran, fought in North Korea, and he fought against the Chinese and North Koreans. And he said this to me, and remember this. He said, don't look, when you get to Vietnam and there's danger, don't look at things, look through things. Wow, that really stuck in my mind. He said, look through things. When I looked at a bike, right, it's relevant to what I'm going to say, right? The bike was an all bike. It had hardly any brakes. I said, what is the Vietnamese with that bike? They always have their bikes, right? That bike was full of C4 explosive. It ended up killing the Vietnamese driver across the road and eating shrapnel across the road to the Americans. And I missed that by 5 minutes. So I'm lucky to be alive, right? Anyway, I'm going to tell you some amazing tricks today about how to stay young. I'm now a young 76, right? And I have wore glasses at 50. My dad wore glasses at 42. I was 17. I studied genetics already. And I looked at my dad and I said, oh no, I'm going to start wearing glasses at 42, just like my dad, right? Because I got his hands. I got his features. I said, I've got his eyes for sure. So anyway, at the age of 50, I managed to push it to 50. At 50, I started wearing glasses about 3 times a week for reading. Guess what I did? I'm a very determined guy. I went to America 8 times in 2 years. And I connected with 92 of the best scientists in the world. And I designed a formula for the eyes. I designed a formula because I knew what I was doing. And I gave it to them. They added to it. That formula now is sold worldwide. And that formula I took for 2 years, double, from 50 to 52. At the age of 52, I did not wear glasses from now till then.
Wow.
No glasses. Now, optometrists ain't my guts. I don't care. I'd rather people not wear glasses. Now, what's very important, okay, is it's not just not wearing glasses. You will tell me if I'm right or not. When you wear glasses, there's something wrong in your body somewhere. There is. Right? You've got to find out what it is, whether it's a lack of it's toxicity, whether your lungs are not working or the liver's not working, but something is happening that is causing your eyes to be a disaster. So what we've done is, I've been studying nutrition since I was 14, and I still work now, still 4 days a week, and 3 days I do organic gardening. Guess what the trick is? Grow your own food. Grow your own food. I've got 28 fruit trees, 48 medicinal herbs, and 16 vegetables. I spend 3 days every week in the garden, 12-hour days, and we grow our own food. And when you pick our lettuce, milk comes out of it. It's truly organic. My soil is 4 feet deep and black. And every cubic meter of my soil has got 8 cubic feet or 8 cubic meters, right, of soil. And that's the number of bacteria you've had in that soil. You look at it, it's growing with bacteria. So when you put your lettuces in there, your tomatoes in there, it grows incredible. My tomatoes have gone to 15 feet high. I've got pictures to prove it. Like last 2 years ago, we had 80 kilos of tomatoes from 16 plants. Do you know what it's like to get a tomato that's organic? Unbelievable. The taste of it compared to this rubbish you get at the supermarket. Now, I'm going to show you something fascinating. This, I don't really have this on the chart, but that's called an iridologist chart. Now, that is a study of the iris. Iris comes from the Egyptian, meaning rainbow. That's what it means, like rainbow. Now, iris is the coloured part of the eye, right? And the sclera is a white part of the eyes. So when we photograph, I'm the only guy in the world that does that, we photograph the eyes with a very specialised camera, and when we take this photo, we blow your photo of your eyes to computer size, like a terabyte computer, that big, we can blow it up, and then we can see 80 things in your eyes. We can see your stress level. We can see whether your liver's working, whether you're toxic or not. All of those we can see. Now, doctors say to me, how can you do that? I said, you don't get this in medical school. Every single day, right, the human body sends 28,000 signals to your eyes, to the optic nerve. Your column, your spinal column, full of nerves, like millions. And those nerves are talking all the way through to the optic nerve, and the optic nerve marks your eyes every single day. In the eyes, we can see stress rings. We can see when someone's going to commit suicide. We can prevent it, right? We can see 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings, 4 rings, 5. We can tell you whether the liver's stressed, or the kidney is stressed, or your brain is stressed, right? We can show you how to sharpen your brain so that at any age, you don't get dementia. You don't get Alzheimer's. Now, I've seen photos of people who cook in aluminium pots, and I've seen the aluminium colour in the top of their eye. Yeah, I can see they've been cooking with aluminium pots. You cook with aluminium pots? How do you know that? Because when they're cooking with aluminium all day long, that aluminium rubs in and comes in your food. So we use stainless steel, titanium. Okay, it's worth the money, right? You're not being blown damage like that. So with our eyes, look at, see all these colours in there? They all mean something. That's your liver, your kidneys, your lungs, your stress level, everything's there, right? Now, so we do a lot of work on our digestive system, right? And I'll just tell you one special case with it. It's going to blow you away. I was on TV, and this lady saw me on TV. I was speaking about what breakfast you should be eating. Anyway, she saw me on TV. She said, listen, she rang the TV. She said, I want to speak to this guy. So she rang Katrina, my wife. She spoke to Katrina for 1 hour. You know why? Because she was so suspicious. She'd been to 48 doctors, 48, 7 skin specialists. You know what she suffered from? The most severe case of psoriasis I've ever seen. She was bleeding from here to here. My wife had to vacuum the floor afterwards. I said, she came clean. Right? We've got a picture of the lady afterwards. Now, get this now. She paid £58,000 in medical fees. One medical doctor, skin specialist, from Harley Street, charged her £1,000 in 10 minutes. That was absolute robbery, right? We took the photos. Within 20 minutes, I found the answer. Guess what the answer was? She was 55, 56. She'd been eating red meat every day for 40 odd years. I discovered she had 28 kilos of red meat in her bowels. 28 kilos of red meat in the bowel, rotting.